Hi guys, Natasha here, and today, in celebration of Mother's Day here in the UK, I decided to do a top 5 list of my favourite and most memorable mums in anime or manga, because, to be honest, I kind of forget about the mums in anime, as they're probably more of like side characters, or most of the time, they're dead. So, coming up with this list was actually a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, and that's why it's probably a top 5 rather than a top 10. But let me know in the comments down below, who are your favourite mums from anime and manga and even like games and stuff like that. I decided to leave out games. I was going to do a Pokemon mum, but I decided not to. If I had to pick a Pokemon mum, it would probably be either like Dawn's mum or Serena's mum, because they have more to them if I'm going off game as well as anime. But yes, let's get on to my top 5. So, at number 5, we have Yasuko Takasu from Todora. And she's actually alive. Hallelujah. I mean, that's got to give a bonus point. She's alive. The rest of them are friggin' dead. Spoilers. But, all in all, she's a really good mother, but she doesn't appear that way at first. If any of you have ever watched Toradora, if you haven't, go watch it. It's amazing. You know, she seems to be more the child in this situation and always seems ditzy and a bit more like her son's taking care of her rather than her taking care of him. She works as a hostess and seems to be a carefree, loving lady, but under all that, she's basically just hiding her own worries and sort of stress for her son. She had to raise this kid on her own pretty much, and had her own parent problems and parents on her back, and managed to she manages to hold down 2 jobs just to secure her son's care in his future, so that he can go on and basically have a better future and do stuff that she sort of didn't get to do because she was pretty young when she had him. She doesn't want him to get a job. I know at one point he tries to get a job and she kind of feels bad about it because she wants to be supporting him. She feels as a mother that's her job. But she's working all the time and she's extremely exhausted all the time, which is why she seems like the ditzy sort of lazy kind of person. And I think we can all forgive her for being a little lazy around the house. She needs all the rest. She's doing 2 jobs and working all the way, and then going home, sleeping, go back to work. She loves her son, and she's a parent that wants to work hard and provide for their children to help them them get along in the future. And she's great with all the other characters and stuff like that. And she loves the birdie, the thing. And she just makes a great parent, I think. And I feel like she's one of the most realistic parents as well. Especially, if anyone's, single out there with kids and stuff like that. I know I was brought up by a single mother and stuff, so struggling to provide for your children and stuff like that, and obviously having to hold down jobs, it can be hard. At number 4, we have Kyoko Honda from Fruit Basket. And man, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing these names right. But anyway, Fruit Basket isn't exactly one of my favourites, but I kind of enjoyed it. And it got a remake not that long ago. The manga is just actually on my bookshelf, and this is because I was coming up with this idea, and I was like, actually, there's a pretty good mum in Fruit Basket. And she's probably my favourite out of characters, and she's dead. Spoiler, So she starts off as a troubled teen going through crap, and she's having crap with her parents that don't seem to really care about her or anything. But in the end, that makes her a really good mum. And well, she ends up she's a troubled teen, ends up joining a gang like you do, and becoming a hooligan, skipping class and everything else. But then she basically turns it all around only to be knocked down again when her husband dies. She ends up going through really bad depression and stuff like that, which, hey, I'm sure we've all been through times like this, but obviously it's got to be hard as a parent as well, if you lose someone and then you've got this kid to look after and stuff. But she managed to pick herself up for her daughter's sake, But not only that, she's kind and caring towards other characters, which I really like, and she kind of becomes like another mother figure to like the child's friends and stuff like that. Because I know one of them's also kind of in a gang, and she makes her start to act better, and one of the others is sort of like she's going through stuff. So she kind of becomes like a mum to them as well, which is kind of cute in a way. And obviously she gets to meet one of the cat as well, and she's really nice to him too. So she becomes like this really caring person from someone who was very troubled to begin with her own parents, until she dies, like most mums in anime, in an accident. But even as she dies, she's like willing herself to hang on and worrying that she didn't love her daughter enough and that she needs to get back to her. But she does die, and Toru ends up living in a tent. But she's always had like that picture of her mum, which is really sad, and obviously it gets better, but she gets back again, don't worry. She tries hard for her mum's sake, so obviously her mum's brought her up to sort of telling her like to do good in school and stuff like that, because she gets a job trying to support herself and putting herself through school, and she doesn't want to worry people, but she wants to go and do better things, which I think probably comes from her mum, because her mum kind of didn't get to do those things. It's kind of a similar case as like the last mum as well. But yes, like I wouldn't know what the hell I'd do without my mum, but hopefully I wouldn't be living in a tent. But I wouldn't like to be in that situation. And yeah, I feel like for these mothers as well, because I was like raised by a single parent. And so obviously like in Toru's case, she did kind of have a dad, but he died and stuff, so it was more like when she was pretty young, so it was mostly she was brought up by her mother and stuff like that, and plus he worked away a lot. So for number 3 we have Karada from Naruto. Now some might think Kushina from Naruto, who's Naruto's mom, and I'm not denying the fact that she's a good mom too, but Karada actually protects her son from the grave, and if that ain't a good mom, I don't know what is. The story is just so sad too. The feels, oh my god, like I cried at this one, I think, when it revealed like the full story, and plus Naruto's just come to an end, so I had to have like a Naruto mum in here. She has her 2 children already, with her 3rd on the way, Gaara. She is possibly made to put the tailed beast in him, and her unborn son against her own will, then has her child prematurely and ends up only being able to see him for so long, as he's this tiny little baby before dying. But she loves him so much, just from that moment of seeing him, and continues to love him from beyond the grave, and somehow magically is able to protect him, and the sand is basically his mother, and she protects him from others, including himself at times. And you can see when Gary is up against his reincarnated dad, that the sand actually surrounding him is his mother, like cradling him. And even his father's like amazed at like his mother and stuff, that like she's doing this. Like he can tell like how much she must have just loved him, even just from that tiny moment that she got to have with him, and she's protecting her kids. So if I ain't a good strong mom, like she's able to protect you from the grave with sand, I'm like, go mom. Like top mom. But obviously Kushina is kind of similar as well, like she has like she protected her son as well. They both kind of died for their kids in a way. So yeah, I think they're both good mums. They can both have the 3rd spot. And number 2 we have Kouka. I hope I didn't say that right, from Gintama. I think this is mostly sticking in my mind because of the new Gintama series that's just started. If you've not seen it, definitely go watch it because it's awesome. But we finally get the background on Kagura's mother, which I've always been waiting for. I maybe be a little bit biased, as I just like Kagura. She's like my favourite character as well as her brother and stuff, and like her whole family in the show. But hell, her mother is awesome. Not only does she start off as this like badass lady, she becomes this like loving mother who really cares for her family. She starts like living alone on this planet, and she's sort of immortal, but only if she stays on this planet, and it's really odd because she doesn't have to eat, I don't think, and stuff. There's no food there for her, and Umi Bozu, that's the husband. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right, but he like kind of finds it because he's like a traveller and stuff like that. A lot of people have moved here, but like these like alien creatures have sort of like moved in, and so some of them have moved away. But they've kind of got to. I think there's a few other people that have got this like curse where they have to inhale this like stuff or something. She has to basically stay to this island, even if it means being alone. Otherwise, she'll start to die. Basically, she can't live very long. But she doesn't want that, and he keeps coming back, telling her all these stories, and he's trying to get her to come with him to see see like Earth and stuff like that. And in the end, she gives up and she goes, and she says like she doesn't. I guess like she starts off as cold, but it's just like she isn't actually that person. She's just trying to like kind of look that way, but not. And actually, she's lonely and she does want to, and she ends up obviously going with him, and she has a family, but she then becomes like very ill, and she knows that the only way she'll be able to get better is if she goes back to her own island, but the only thing is her family can't live there because it's not sustainable and stuff. So it's either go back to your own planet and live forever, or die with your family, and that's what she chooses to do. It's like, no! Like, why all the mums, R.I.P. all the anime mums? Because most here all die. Yeah, and like, it's so sad, especially for like Kagura, because Kagura holds her high up there and stuff, and obviously very dearly loves her mum, and they love her too. It's like, it's so sad. Why do all the mums have to leave? I hate you, anime. Kill all the best mums off. And at number 1, we have Bellamere from One Piece. I had to have One Piece in here. Like, man, like, this one was so hard. Like, One Piece has some good mums. And I was debating between Bellamere or Rogue. I think that's her name, Ace's mother. Because she, like, holds him in, don't she? For, like, I can't remember how many months it was, but she holds him in, like, extra months. Because she knows, like, people are looking. Because obviously she has to go through her husband and everything. But Bellamere's story just got me even more than that one, and I think it's because she obviously got more time, and there's obviously a whole arc kind of surrounding it. Well, Nami is one of the main. I know Ace is kind of one of the mains, but Nami's one of the mains that we're always going to see around and stuff. And just overall, I prefer Bellamere, and I want her hairstyle. I kind of do love that hairstyle for a while. She's got this, like, tough personality and this badass marine lady, and no one kind of takes her seriously, and when she actually finds these 2 children whose homes have been wrecked and they've been left without the parents and stuff, and Nami's just a tiny baby, she takes them in and she's like, I'm going to be their mum, and everyone sort of like just kind of laughs at her and stuff. But she proves them wrong, and she ends up being a good mum. If not, she struggles like hard as a mother to provide for her children, because she ends up having to leave the Marines because she possibly can't look after obviously some children. She's on her own and stuff. So she ends up like selling oranges, but it's not a very like good business, especially when oranges aren't in like produce, like growing and stuff. So she struggles to provide them sort of what they want and stuff. So like ends up with Nami stealing and stuff like that. And but she kind of still remains that like childish personality in a way. But she does then become like a mother figure and tells them off and stuff, which Nami doesn't like. And it's very hard because she does actually, they believe her as their actual mother, and she does believe that these are her children. Doesn't matter about blood, and I think that's why it just makes it her amazing mum. She just takes these children as her own, and it struggles for them, and actually like goes without food to feed them and stuff. And there's probably a lot of parents out there that actually do that. They would rather go stab themselves to give anything for their children and stuff. And this is what it and she also like encourages her children, and she obviously encourages Nami in becoming like a navigator and drawing her maps and stuff like that. But in the end, like in her own foolish way, she got herself killed in a way, and like her pride stood in the way in a bit. But she's like, obviously she had this like argument with Nami and stuff like that, but Nami kind of regrets it, and she ends up dying because mermen take over the island thing and stuff, and she doesn't have any money basically. She only has sort of enough kind of money to save the children, because they're asking like for lump sums of money of each person up as like a tax, and she has no money for herself, and they're telling the children to just hide and say that it's just you. but she's too ashamed to like say that because she doesn't want to say that where her children are or where her children can hear her, because she wants to be a mother and she's proud to be a mother, and so she gives them the money for her children, because I mean it could put her children at risk if they found them and stuff. Plus they're kind of like hinting in on it because she's got like free plates set up and everything, and I think in a way she thinks she can kind of take them on as well, but obviously she ends up getting shot and like in front of her children and stuff like that, protecting them, and yeah, she dies too. God damn it, all the good mums die in anime. Like only one on this list is still alive. And that's why she's basically the most. No, it's not. Like she's a good mum. But so yeah, let me know in the comments which were your favourite mums. There's a lot of good mums probably in anime. It's just that they all friggin' die a lot. And obviously there's some characters that go on then to be other mums and stuff like that. And there's a few like what I added in here. But yeah, that's it from me for this video. And happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there and my mum. Probably will watch this. But yeah,